Hey everyone, it is Scribbles by Brittany, and you guys are tuning in for another video. And I'm so glad that you guys are here and kind of getting to enjoy the journey as I go and create art. In this particular part of the video, I am actually just choosing the colors with the Copic color chart thing. And I'm trying to make sure that the colors look cohesive, and that the design aspect is what speaks, I guess. I'm having a really hard time talking today. I don't know why. It's been a while since I've actually sat here and recorded audio. Um, Here recently, in the past, actually, I think it's been the past couple of months, I've been actually doing more on like you guys joining me in the actual processes where I don't know what colors I'm going to choose, and I'm not editing any of the audio, so it's a very real deep dive into what I'm doing, and there's a lot of times where I go completely quiet, and I do apologize. Most of the time I am in the zone, and sometimes I forget that I'm recording, so I have to talk. And it doesn't, it no longer feels weird to me that I'm talking to myself or talking to a microphone. Um, and I know, like, if I was to live with someone, that I think they would be very put off by me talking into a microphone. It is definitely easier to be to live by yourself to be able to do that, because then you can control the sounds around you, and you get to basically be able to do whatever you want. So anyway, I am working on the bottle for this particular piece of artwork, and I wanted it to be like a whiskey brown. Or is whiskey really brown, or is it more like an orange? See, when I used to drink a lot, it was always kind of like, I don't know, like a rustic brown. Um, I very much enjoy the occasional drink every now and again, but I wanted that ombre effect for the bottle. I think it looks, I think it adds to it. It makes it fun. It makes the artwork fun. It's not boring. So yeah. And so this particular drawing that I wanted to do was actually inspired by American traditional style tattoos. I've always loved the American traditional style, and the thing that draws the most of my attention towards them is the limited color palette and how simple the drawings are. But we all know the more simple the artwork, the harder it is to get it right. For this piece of artwork, I wanted to have a red circular background that had more of an ombre center from the center, but because that red would have um like clashed with the actual artwork, I think I know I think I've done it blue. Sorry, I'm kind of going back to the artwork itself. And this piece of artwork has been sitting in the sketchbook for a while because at the time that I was making this artwork, I was not living for myself and my boundaries. And I didn't have any. And that was that was definitely one of those things that I will always try to move forward in my relationships now, is that I will have those boundaries. And if someone else does not like those boundaries, then that's a problem they have with themselves. That's not a problem with me because I'm not changing my boundaries. I'll change myself as a person only to grow and be a better person. And that's just how I am. Like, you can only go up from here. So, back when I was um, unable unable able to have, I don't want to say unable because that's not the right, because you always have the ability to have boundaries, um but I didn't have any self-worth to be able to stick up for myself and hating confrontation. I was obviously a people pleaser so bad, and I was slowly separating myself from the crowd. I had really bad anxiety and depression, and it was doubling down the more I drank, and it was just getting worse to the point where I was getting physically sick and feeling very panicky because of the situations that I was putting myself in. And I don't want to call it fully address, but I will take responsibility for putting myself in situations that I honestly did not want to be in. And I was drinking to numb some of the things that were going on around me. I was involved with people who, unfortunately, there was one night while I was out partying and drinking, I went to look for my ex at the time because I wanted to smoke, and he had smoked. As I was looking for him, I was going into the back door to a friend's house, and we're going to call her Angel. For the context, I'm not giving any of the actual names to the people involved. I know they don't want that drama. They don't want, I don't want that drama, and it's just honestly like it's all good. Like, I just don't want anything else to come out of this. And the bathroom was right off from that back door, and I had opened it as they were coming out. And again, I'm going to change the other woman's name for privacy reasons, I guess, even though I could pretty much give two shits less about her. But we're going to name her Erin. And so Erin and my ex were coming out of the bathroom, and both of the doors kind of like knocked into each other. And I always, even to this day, I don't think something had I don't think something had happened more in the bathroom than what they were trying to admit. From what he told me, that Erin wanted to lock the bathroom door because she didn't want anyone creeping in, but he had said, no, don't do that because if Brittany can't get in, then she will immediately think we are doing stuff. And doing stuff as in, I'm pretty sure your imagination can do, like, fill in the blanks. And well, I really don't know what you would expect me to think if a man and woman are coming out of the bathroom together and me not think something wasn't happening. But I mean, I was drinking, I was trying to numb whatever I was feeling, and quite frankly, to this day, I mean, if they did do something, that's on them and their conscience, and that's fine by me. This is where I wasn't gonna confront my ex or her on the matter. He claimed that Erin was his best friend and like a sister to him, but honestly, she was definitely the type to try and do things behind your back. Um, she there had been multiple times where she had done some really shady shit behind my back, and I could not trust her. Point blank period. Like, so you can't tell me that they were innocently doing smugs together in the bathroom. Sorry, YouTube might um flag me for the content if I use another word. And if everyone else was in the garage that was innocently doing smugs too, I mean, I used to study criminal investigations in college, and I used to do nose candy in high school. I could tell she had done some bathroom bumps off the sink, but he didn't really look like he was doing anything other than drinking and smoking. So, in my opinion, I think they were doing a lot more than what was being talked about. And even when I sobered up the next day, I don't think I ever confronted either one of them about what happened in that bathroom that night. And I'm pretty sure I would have been told by the both of them that nothing happened or that there was nothing going on. And there was more than one time that I caught them alone and together. In those times, I was drinking, but in the process of sobering up. Usually, that was when I would get a water, a cigarette, and be right outside the door with the rest of the smokers at the bar. And I would see them right around the corner of the bar in the alleyway. And again, was told I was crazy, nothing was going on, and I was manipulated into thinking that way. Um, but I've made a lot of adjustments to my life, and those are the people that I've completely cut off, burned the bridge while standing on it, just for them to know that I was completely serious. I no longer wanted anything to do with that life. The best thing I had done was to pack up the car and move and not tell anyone where I was moving to. I realized that when I separated myself from the group of people, life managed to work itself out. I didn't have the drama. It was quiet, and for like 8 months, I was trying to concentrate on my goals and what I had going on. I didn't demand the attention of other people. I was able to be myself, and it was peaceful. I will always say this: if you have some major goals that you are trying to work on, go ghost. Ghost yourself from anyone that may throw you off that journey. You will realize how focused you become not just on the journey but the end goal. You will see so much clearer. did title this piece of artwork Whiskey Bent and Hellbound. I I thought that the title of it was it spoke basically volumes to how I used to be living my life and what I used to do. And don't get me wrong, I'm still in the idea that um I am more spiritual, don't get me wrong, but I don't I if I have to live a certain way, or if I am living a certain way and it makes you upset, again, that's a problem with you, that's not a problem with me. I'm going to live my life how I want to and without apology. My my journal here recently has been set with the word of the year as intentional, and that is how I've been going about my life here recently. And that's how it is. So, I have noticed with my recent artworks that I tend to put not necessarily like a full blown background, but just color blocking. And I like the idea of color blocking. I think it adds, I don't want to call it like a dimension to it, but it keeps the eye focused on the artwork itself and um, not on any other real like particular aspect. Um, it definitely is the color blocking with a contrasting color definitely helps. It's I know this one I had tried to do a circle color block, and in my opinion, it did turn out kind of the way that I wanted it to, but I don't think that the circle is actually kind of circular. Like, I don't think it's a fully perfect circle, and I don't know if that had to do with the um not the color blocking itself, but when I was trying to do the ombre effect with the blue, I don't think it translated very well, and I might look into doing a different style of color blocking, probably with either watercolors or maybe colored pencil. Um, I do like the idea of having different textures. So I'm going to start playing around. You'll probably see in future videos that I'm going to start playing around with other types of media in my artwork. And I am going to be currently working on a new project. I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, but you can. My Instagram is actually at the end of this video. It's also linked down below. So that's just for, future reference if you guys want to check out my social media. I do plan on working on a video, or no, I don't think I'm going to work on a video. I think I'm just going to paint. But I did have this floating island series a few years ago that I was working on, and I think the one I had done with watercolored pencils, and if you look at my Instagram, I think it's on there. I really loved the floating island series. For some odd reason, I am obsessed with the idea. It's so cute. It's a lot of fun, and I'm thinking about painting another painting because I had done one a couple years ago in, I think it was the start of 2021 or 2022. Oh my gosh, I can't remember now. And I'm thinking about doing another painting, but I kind of want it to do more like pastel style. Uh, and I'm really excited for it. I had just thought of this like pretty much yesterday while I was at work. So that's kind of where my mind's been lately. And I am excited for you guys to continue on the journey with me as I make more artwork and share it with you guys. I want to say thank you guys for watching and tuning in for this long. It's been absolutely amazing to gain perspective from you guys, to gain criticisms and like actual art criticisms, not like backhanded comments. Uh, it's been very invigorating, and I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate all of you, and if you want to, you can definitely follow me on social medias. You can check out my Redbubble shop. I believe the link will be down in the description box below. And so I want you guys to remember to create more and worry less, because that's what we're all here for. So thank you so much, and hope to see you in future, well, hope to hear you for in future recordings. Anyway, thanks guys.